Hello everybody, this is Mong004 and welcome back to my channel. And today we will be talking about the PlayStation VR2, which was announced the other day, but I just actually looked at it last night, so I figured, okay, you know what, I'll make a video about this today. Now this was announced at Sony's CES press conference. If anybody doesn't know what CES is, it's the Consumer Electronics Show. Pretty much it's a place where a lot of tech companies show off their new phones and their new TVs and new technologies, and a lot of people don't really know about it. I do pay attention to the stuff here and there, but this is where they announced this new technology, and it's actually pretty freaking neat from what they were talking about. But let me talk about my little history with PlayStation VR. I actually have the original PlayStation VR that was actually released on the PlayStation 4 several years ago, and I think I spent like, was it $299 on it? But I actually only used that PlayStation VR set, I think, twice. Like, I spent like freaking $300 on it, and I think I only used it twice, which I liked the PlayStation VR one, but that darn thing was very cumbersome to set up. I mean, I think that's the only reason why I only used it twice, because it had many wires. I mean, it had the HDMI wire, which you had to plug that into this little module, which that plugged into the PlayStation 4, and then you also had to set up all of these other wires. Like, it was a lot of wires and a lot of connections, and you had to set it up to the TV even in a special way, and then a wire had to go into the USB port on the PlayStation 4, plus the module itself had to plug into the wall. There was just a lot to setting that darn thing up, and wires all over the place. And that's one of the reasons why I think I used it only twice. I liked the experience. I thought it was really neat. I mean, graphically, it wasn't the most impressive thing to look at, and obviously because it had to tone certain things down in order to pull off some of its techniques. But it was actually a really neat experience, and it was a novel experience. And a lot of people who, you know, hear about VR and stuff like that, they don't really know how it is. And a lot of people will tell them, look, you have to try it out to actually understand it, which is true, because I didn't really care as much about VR until I actually gave it a try. And when I actually gave it a try, I was like, wow, like, I was sold on the idea, but just the original VR was just too cumbersome to set up. But I actually liked it. I actually felt that it was very immersive. I remember playing the shark game where you're inside of this like cage that's going underwater, and like the shark is like attacking you and all this crazy crap. And that actually scared the crap out of me, because you really feel like you're in that environment. And I think that that's actually a really neat thing. But I think that Sony's really trying to get more and more people into VR, because now with the PlayStation VR 2, which is definitely better than the technology of the PlayStation VR 1 on the PlayStation 4. Yeah, I think this will definitely cause me to really want to stick with VR this time, especially now that the setup for the VR is now a single cord hookup, which, thank God. Like it says on the PlayStation blog, if you actually read this post, PlayStation VR takes VR gaming to a whole new level, enabling greater sense of presence, allowing players to escape into game worlds like never before. With the headset on the controllers in hand, players will feel a heightened range of sensations, unlike any other, thanks to the creativity of the worlds being created by our world-class developers and the latest technology incorporated into the hardware. The PlayStation VR headset 2 is also supposed to actually incorporate haptic feedback, like what you get in the PlayStation 5 controller, which I actually like the haptic feedback in the PlayStation 5 controller. It can be a little distracting at times, but it's actually a really neat and novel experience, like when you actually feel it. And apparently this haptic feedback inside the headset's supposed to make it feel like, let's just say somebody's attacking you from behind, you'll feel it, I guess, like rumble, or get a sensation that somebody's trying to attack you from the rear, you know, so like a bullet goes whizzing past your head or something like that. You'll kind of feel it, which like, I mean, you look at Call of Duty like I'm playing here in this video and stuff like that. Imagine like you're in multiplayer or you're in the campaign, you could get that sensation of being in that environment. So that's probably going to be even better than being inside of that cage with that shark experience that I talked about with the PSVR 1, like probably even scarier. Like, I think that's actually pretty neat. Now, the new PlayStation VR is going to have better visuals than the original PlayStation VR. When you look at this visual fidelity part, it says visual fidelity. For high fidelity visual experience, PSVR 2 offers 4K HDR, 110 degree field of view, and foveated rendering, I guess that's the way you pronounce that. With an OLED display, players can expect a display resolution of 2000 by 240 per eye and smooth frame rates of 90 to 120 hertz, which that should make this experience much smoother. that's really great, because one of the things that I kind of felt when I was using the original PlayStation VR, I did feel a little like sick after using it like the first time. Like, it does kind of make you feel a little woozy, but it mainly has to do with the frame rate. So hopefully they can keep some pretty high frame rates and all that stuff. But I do know that the headset and the controllers are actually really neat, because the original PlayStation VR, you also had to use an external camera, and the new PlayStation VR 2 won't have no external camera. It'll have cameras that are actually mounted onto the PlayStation VR headset, and it will track the new controllers, which are called the PlayStation VR 2 Sense controllers, which they actually look pretty neat. They actually kind of remind me of the Oculus controllers for the Oculus Quest. The Oculus Quest controllers are more rounded and stuff like that. The original PlayStation VR controllers were pretty much the PlayStation Move controllers, which were the stick controllers with the light globe on it. But with the new PlayStation VR 2, there's these rounded controls that you hold in your hand. I think they both have thumbsticks on them, and they are both tracked via 6-axis, and then they're also tracked by the cameras that are on the PlayStation VR set. So it's actually going to be much more intuitive than the last PlayStation VR, which I'm really interested in it, because one of the things about the original PlayStation VR is that, I don't know, because I didn't stick with it that long, I didn't try out a lot of the different games that were on it, and I might actually go back and plug up my PS4 and actually try some of those games out to actually get into it more. But this new VR looks like it's going to be really, really neat. They didn't show off a lot of new games for it, but they did show off one game that'll come for it, and it was very, very impressive, at least as far as I thought. Horizon Call of the Mountain from Guerrilla Games and Firesprite Studios, which they're building this full VR game, which apparently you're not going to be playing as Aloy. You're going to be playing as a brand new character, but you will supposedly meet up with characters like Aloy and other people in the whole Horizon universe. And I think that's really, really neat. But man, even graphically, like, this looks impressive. If you look at the original PlayStation VR, graphically things looked okay. They looked well enough. Like, some games looked better than others, and others, were pretty darn impressive. But man, this whole video that they showed of this, I don't know if this is what it'll look like all together when it first comes out, but it looks pretty damn impressive. When you look at this entire video, this video demonstration of Horizon Call of the Mountain, I mean, graphically, it is very impressive, very beautiful, and that'll definitely want to keep you wanting to play the game with, graphics and details looking that good. Maybe it doesn't look as great as some PS5 games that I've seen so far, but it damn sure looks good. And yeah, this definitely makes me want to give this a try. Now, they haven't talked about pricing or any of that stuff yet, which I hope it costs about the same amount that the original PlayStation VR did. The original PlayStation VR, like I said earlier, was $299. So if it costs around that much, that'd be pretty neat. So I hope they do reveal some of that soon enough. And obviously they have more games that are going to be coming out for this. I highly doubt it's just going to be a few games and stuff like that. But I really can't wait to get on this. I was thinking about picking up the Oculus Quest 2, but now that I've seen this, I might give the Oculus Quest 2 a wait and just maybe mess around with the original VR and then pick this up. So I'll save some money and probably get this on launch day. Another thing that's been part of the discussion is the possibility of the PlayStation VR 2 being available officially for use on PC, which I hope it does. I mean, the whole thing about VR is a very niche market. I mean, when you consider some of the entry price people already own, like a console or PC, VR is another, possibly $200 to $300 they have to spend. But, when you open that market up to more people having the ability to play it and be able to use it, stuff like that, I think that's a better thing. And I think if Sony does bring this to PC, which I really hope they do, that'd be really great. I mean, that would also, add more resources to hardware capabilities and better graphics too. So Sony hasn't said anything about whether they're going to be releasing this officially for PlayStation 5 and for PC, but I am definitely having my fingers crossed because I think it's really neat and stuff like that. And again, it's about VR. VR is a niche thing, and so many people just really need to get a chance to try it. So again, broadening the market means more people will probably give this a try. But that's what I just wanted to talk about. I really hope the new PlayStation VR 2 has some cooler games, and I do hope that they talk about it sooner. But let me know in the comment section, what you guys are doing, what games you're playing. Are you interested in VR? Do you always play VR? Do you play it sometimes, or can you not stand VR? I mean, I just got my PlayStation 5, so I'm still getting into the games and still getting into all that stuff. But to hear about the new PlayStation VR, that's a new thing to realize that, yep, I guess PS5 gaming is going to get even better. But let me know what you think and let me know how you feel about VR as a whole. That'll do it for the video. Remember, if you like the video, please hit the like button. Please subscribe. Hit the bell to be notified the next time I upload another video, and hit me up in the comment section and let me know what you think. It is great to get your feedback. At the same time, check out my other videos. I usually make a lot of gameplay videos with commentary, and I make a variety of gameplay videos because I do play a variety of different games on different platforms. But as always, thank you for watching the video, and until next time, this is Mong004, and I am out. Take care.